There's a truth that most older men don't realize. When a young woman asks you a question that seems harmless or casual, there's a good chance she's subtly flirting with you. According to statistics, up to 97% of middle-aged men miss the subtle signals younger women give when they're genuinely interested. You might be experienced, successful in your career, and even respected by many. But that doesn't mean you fully understand the hidden language behind a woman's seemingly innocent questions. Women don't flirt as directly as men do. Instead, they use gentle, clever, and sometimes seemingly naive approaches, which often leads men to mistake their words as nothing more than polite small talk. In this video, we'll explore the seemingly casual questions that are, in fact, subtle strategies young women use to attract the attention of older men. If you've ever heard things like, "I don't know why, but I feel safe talking to you," or "How do you think a mature man should love?" then there's a good chance someone had their eye on you without you even realizing it. Understanding these signals helps you feel more confident in relationships and opens the door to exciting new connections later in life. One seemingly harmless, yet deeply meaningful question that young women often use when flirting with older men is, do you often date younger women? Don't let the casual tone fool you. This question is practically a flashing neon sign that says, "I'm interested in you. What about you?" But instead of openly expressing her feelings, she's choosing a safer route, testing your reaction while leaving herself an exit if things don't go as hoped. No matter how experienced, many men can fall into the trap of silence or respond awkwardly with something like, I'm not sure." Unfortunately, that small hesitation might be all it takes for her to assume you're not interested and decide to quietly back away to save face. So, if you recognize the intention behind that question, respond with subtlety and wisdom. An ideal answer would be, "I don't focus too much on age. What matters to me is a real connection between two people." This kind of response keeps the conversation flowing and sends a clear message. You're open to new possibilities, but you're not someone who chases youth for its own sake. It shows that you're mature and understand what truly matters in a relationship. And that's exactly what many young women find attractive in older men. 2. One of the clearest signs that a woman is genuinely interested in you is when she asks, "Could you date someone like me?" This is no longer just a casual question. It's one of the most subtle and graceful ways she can confess her feelings without directly saying, "I like you." She's putting herself in a vulnerable yet hopeful position, waiting to see how you'll respond. With this question, she's testing your feelings and risking a part of her pride. Unfortunately, many men handle this moment the wrong way. They might laugh awkwardly, avoid eye contact, or respond with something vague to play it safe. However, that lack of confidence and decisiveness can be the very thing that ends the opportunity unfolding right in front of them. Don't make that mistake. When a woman is brave enough to ask a question like that, the least you can do is respond with sincerity and composure. Smile, hold her gaze with warmth and confidence, and gently say, "I'd be crazy not to." This response isn't flashy or cliché, but makes her feel seen, appreciated, and desired. It shows that you know your worth and that you're aware of how meaningful this moment truly is. With just a bit of confidence and empathy at the right time, you won't just hold her interest. You might open the door to something genuinely special. 3. Are you always this charming? At first, you might think she's just teasing for fun. But the truth is, this is her way of testing whether you're sharp enough to catch the playful vibe and confident enough to flirt back with a little spark. When a woman calls you charming, dangerous, or jokingly labels you a heartbreaker, she's not mocking you. On the contrary, it's a sign that she finds you attractive and is curious to see how you'll respond. The problem is that many men ruin the moment. They wave it off, awkwardly deny it, or even downplay themselves with things like, "Oh, don't tease me," or "I'm not like that at all." But that doesn't come off as humble. It just makes you lose the magnetic presence she was starting to notice. The best way to respond? Hold her gaze with confidence. Lean in slightly, smile, and reply in a calm but suggestive tone. Only with the right person. One simple line carries subtlety, discernment, and a hidden invitation. You don't need to brag or overpower the moment. Just show that you understand the game and are ready to play it with intelligence and charm. That little spark in this playful back and forth keeps her curiosity and interest alive. And if you know how to nurture that spark, it might be the beginning of something much more exciting. 4. Why don't you have a girlfriend? It might sound like a harmless, casual question, but it's one of the most subtle and calculated ways young women like to test the waters. She's doing two things at once. First, she's checking your relationship status. Are you single or taken? But more importantly, she's trying to uncover something deeper. Why hasn't anyone managed to keep you yet? In other words, she's assessing your potential, not just based on looks or charisma, but on how you view yourself and your relationships. And this is exactly the moment where your response can either leave a lasting impression or quietly close the door on a valuable opportunity. If you respond with awkwardness, avoidance, or worse, start complaining about a past relationship, you're selling yourself short. She's not looking for a breakup report. She's looking for someone with presence, self-awareness, and a sense of personal value. So, what's a smart and attractive way to respond? Keep the mood light, give a subtle smile, and say, "Maybe I've just been waiting for someone truly interesting to show up." It's a simple line, but powerful enough to spark curiosity. It'll make her wonder, could that someone be me? And that curiosity keeps her wanting to learn more about you. The key here is to stay confident, positive, and grounded in the present. You don't need to dwell on the past, and certainly don't need to come across as sad. Show her, through your words and presence, that you're someone of value, someone who's choosing carefully and intentionally when it comes to opening your heart. If you truly are worth pursuing, let her feel it in every word you say and how you carry yourself in that moment. 5. When a young woman asks, "So why haven't you gotten married?" Don't assume she's just casually curious about your life. In reality, this is one of the clearest signs that she's genuinely interested and wants to get to know you on a deeper level. This question is her smart way of exploring your current relationship status without directly asking, "Are you seeing anyone?" It's subtle enough to preserve her dignity, yet direct enough to open the door for a more meaningful conversation. But more importantly, hidden within that question is something deeper. Is there space in your life for someone like me? This is where your response can either spark attraction or quietly close the window of opportunity. If you get flustered and give a vague or evasive answer, she may assume you're not ready for something serious. Or worse, that you're still entangled in unresolved issues from your past. On the other hand, if you stay calm and confident and respond with a gentle smile, "Maybe I just haven't met the right person to commit to yet," that answer doesn't just show that you're single and open. It also sends a positive signal. You're not closed off to love. You're simply waiting for something truly meaningful. And that might just spark a question in her mind. Could I be the one he's waiting for? So, when faced with this question, see it as a chance to show your confidence and readiness for something new. Sometimes, the right response at the right moment doesn't just keep the spark alive. It can be the beginning of a truly promising connection. 6. When a woman looks at you with curiosity and asks, "What type of woman do you usually go for?" Don't assume it's just a random question. This isn't a fun little survey. It's a subtle test. Women don't ask about a man's type to satisfy curiosity. If she brings it up, she's quietly searching for the answer to a more personal question. Do I fit into the kind of woman he's looking for? She's silently comparing herself to the image you describe, trying to see if she fits into your world. And if, after your answer, she gives a soft smile and casually says something like, "So, I guess I might have a chance then," know that this isn't just a joke. It's a clear green light. She's not only flirting, she's taking an emotional risk, hoping you'll notice and respond with intention. So don't waste that moment with bland, forgettable answers like, "I like pretty women," "Someone gentle is fine," or "as long as we get along." Those don't leave an impression or make her feel special. Instead, go for a response that's both genuine and emotionally engaging. For example, "I'm drawn to women with a strong voice, a curious spirit, and who aren't afraid of real, honest conversations." A line like that doesn't just show depth. It invites her to see herself in your world and makes her feel that being truly seen and appreciated is more than a possibility. Or you could say, "I tend to notice women who are intelligent and confident, the kind of person who becomes more captivating the longer you talk to her." Qualities like intellect, curiosity, a sense of adventure, or personal independence make you look deeper and more self-aware, and make her quietly wonder, "Do I have those qualities?" And that curiosity will lead her to invest more in the conversation, and possibly in the connection between the two of you. Remember, behind what may seem like casual questions, women are revealing an entire psychological universe. If you're perceptive and know how to respond, you won't just create attraction, you'll make her feel heard, challenged, and inspired. 7. When she tilts her head, flashes a playful smile, and asks, "So, how old are you?" You might think she's just making light conversation or looking for an excuse to keep chatting. But in truth, that question reveals more than you might expect. It's not just a casual throwaway line. She's not looking for the exact number. She's already formed an idea based on your appearance, demeanor, and how you carry a conversation. What she's interested in is how you react when your age is brought up. Do you hesitate, dodge the question, or act embarrassed? Or do you hold her gaze calmly, smile, and respond with clarity and ease? That reaction becomes a quick test, a snapshot of your confidence and emotional maturity. For many younger women, age isn't a barrier. It can be a source of attraction. They're not looking for someone their age just to make small talk. They're drawn to a man with depth, life experience, and the kind of maturity that makes them feel safe, guided, and genuinely inspired. If you respond with quiet confidence, for example, "I'm 45, time flies, but I'm in the most exciting chapter of my life," then you've just shown her that you're not avoiding your age, but embracing your journey and growth with pride. And if she follows up with a playful tease like, "Wow, should I start calling you uncle then?" Congratulations! That's a giant green light. She's flirting with the age gap in a sweet, playful way, and testing whether you're confident enough to play along. So, instead of being defensive or self-conscious, welcome the question with openness and composure. Remember, age doesn't make you less attractive. How you carry yourself keeps her captivated.